Welcome to another episode of Dinner Starts Here. We are with Rebecca. Thanks for having me, Rebecca.
Thanks for coming.
So first unique thing about this farm tour, we've been to a dairy barn. We have not been to a farm in Newfoundland and Labrador, which is where we are. So this is extra cool for me. It is absolutely pouring rain outside, which I think it's a fairly wet place to farm.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. You certainly don't get the heat and humidity of other places.
No, it's wet and cold and foggy.
So yeah, is weather a challenge farming here in Newfoundland and Labrador?
Yeah, it is. We have to be very quick. We have a short growing season, and we have to be quick getting everything done. We want to get everything done before the rain comes or the cold comes, because when it comes, it's there for a couple days, and our heat doesn't last very long. So we want to get everything done as soon as we can.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And then the other thing about it that I know is the soil itself. It's not your traditional, in Ontario, where you have a whole bunch of topsoil and it's really nice digging and easy. That's not the case here.
No, we have a whole lot of rock.
We have a whole lot of rock. You're basically farming on rock.
Yeah.
That must be a little challenging too.
It is. You'll often see sometimes the baler or whatever will pick up some rocks, and you can go through sometimes and you'll see the rocks in the feed, but we're farming on a rock.
Fair enough. And so I always think that Newfoundland and Labrador farmers are the toughest farmers of all, because you have to deal with all of that. Yeah, you agree with that. Good. Fair enough. So obviously you're a dairy farm. Tell me a little bit about the farm. How many cows do you milk?
Well, we milk 165 cows. Myself and my uncle Crosby and my dad Ray, we're all involved. We're the only 3 family members. And then everyone else that works for us, the other 5 or 6 employees, they're all like family anyways. They've been here for a few years. And we're just like a big family. We sit down and eat breakfast together every morning. We'll have a Christmas party and we all go, and everyone, we're just a big family. But for the actual immediate family, it's just myself and my dad and my uncle.
Oh, that's cool. And you're new home to the farm. This is just within the last few months.
Yeah.
Why'd you come back to the farm?
I truly just love it. I love the calves, I love the cows, I love milking cows, and I really I love working alongside my dad and my uncle. I love the family, and just being home with my family and home where I belong, I guess. It's super nice, and it was time to come home. I was ready to be home. And
obviously up for the challenges that come with farming.
Up for the challenges, for sure.
Now, one of the challenges we were talking about before is to me, we are in the city of St. John's. Are we actually in the city? Are you within city limits?
Yep, we are
within the city limits of St. John's. There are houses everywhere. What's it like farming with neighbors, literally right there?
The neighbors are good. They've been here forever.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a couple new families that have moved in, I guess. But those families, they love the farm. Their kids are here all the time. The one man down the road, he's a fairly new child. She's not even a year old yet, I don't think. And he brings her to the farm all the time. She's just starting to walk, and he'll hold her hands and they'll walk in the yard.
Oh, really?
And that's really nice, I guess starting them young, getting them used to being here.
And maybe an employee down the road.
Yeah, exactly, But no, it's nice to have the neighbors, and they're all understanding, and
well, that's a big thing.
They all bring their kids here.
They are understanding. Yeah. It's not too bad farming with that close to neighbors.
And everyone around pretty much is family, and if they're not family, we make them family, I guess. But they're all here. They're all here all the time. Yeah. And make them family. They're invited. They're welcome. They're welcome.
That's cool. And then the other thing that you do that we were talking about, you just had us over, came for the tour. We're certainly not the first people you've toured through recently. You were telling me you have hundreds of school kids come through all the time.
I think it was about 500, anywhere from 400 to 500
school kids you'll tour through in a year.
Yep.
Why would you bring 500 kids to the farm?
It's a challenge for sure to have all these kids here, but it's so important to start them young and let them know where their food comes from, and I guess not honking our own horn or whatever, but to bring them to a clean facility, and all the farms on the island are clean, but to bring them to a clean facility where they can see the cows eating and interacting with each other and just learning where their food really comes from. And not their food in general, but their milk itself and their milk products. It's so important. They eat milk with their cereal, with their breakfast. There's yogurt and ice cream.
And they don't always know that it comes from a farm like this.
Exactly. They pass by the farm, but they don't know that this is where it comes from. So I think that's so important, and especially to start them young and know that this is where it comes from and that cows are cute and and they're interactive and they're social, and that they love us just as much as we love them. So it's
yeah.
important to let the kids know that this is where their food comes from, and it's safe and it's clean.
Yeah, that's cool. And like from families like yours, obviously, too. So, which is neat. So then one of the questions that I'm assuming the kids will ask, I mean, I'm going to ask it, is what do the cows eat here? Because I know that like around our part of the world, there's a lot of corn grown and soybeans and things like that. It's too cool, really, for a lot of that here. So what makes up the bulk of the cow's diet?
The bulk of our cow's diet is definitely the hay or the round bale silage. And then, like we spoke about earlier, we buy in our corn and we buy in our soybean, and then our supplement is obviously bought. And we do have a better growing season now for corn, and I guess hopefully soybeans. I don't know that anyone has tried it yet, but there are some farms around that do grow corn, and they have great success with it. Our growing season, I guess with global warming and whatever, is getting better than before. We grew corn years ago and we didn't have a whole lot of success. But now the growing season is getting better, and it's getting hotter, and it's getting a little bit longer. And I think that corn is going to start to become more of a thing for farmers here on the island.
So then with corn, this is kind of an interesting thing that I always find, because when I plant corn, and when most farmers plant corn, they plant a seed in the ground, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You don't do that. You like involve plastic, and it's a whole deal. How do you plant corn here?
I'm not sure the actual process. I was very young when we grew our own corn, but their planter, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, it puts the seed in the ground, and then there's a layer of plastic, a biodegradable plastic that covers it, and that acts as a greenhouse to let the seed germinate and be in the heat of what's there of where the seed is planted. So the sun beaming down and the weather itself. And that acts as a greenhouse, same as starting your vegetables in a greenhouse and then putting them in the ground, which you guys probably don't have to do.
Yeah, no, that's not something we worry too much about.
But the plastic acts as a greenhouse, and I think you can use black plastic or clear plastic.
But just something to give it a little more heat.
Give it a little bit more heat to let it start growing.
And like basically fast forward that growing season so it comes up.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? And then it's biodegradable, so it just disappears in the soil, which is, I mean, even cooler. So very cool. That's awesome. Well, it's been a fascinating tour. Maybe you could have brought sunshine, but I won't hold it against you.
You were supposed to bring it with you.
Oh, so I didn't get the memo. So, but thanks for having me, Rebecca.
Thank you for coming.